Before the fame, before the wealth, before the 4,000 trucks, Chester Rodney was an ordinary farm boy out of Utah trying to make a better life for himself. Chester was born on a farm in Plain City, Utah in 1986. Shortly after turning 20 years old, he began his working career and turned to farming, but soon realized that he was not cut out to be a farmer. Soon after, he purchased his first Model T Ford truck, and this was the beginning of his company. His first job in the trucking industry was hauling local farm products and produce to the market. He found steady demand offering his service to farmers in Utah. In addition to produce, Chester began to haul milk for Weber Dairy, starting his day at 4 in the morning to serve the dairy, and then using his afternoons to transport produce to locals. As the business started picking up, England expanded the territory he served and began to add trucks and drivers. However, within 10 years of starting the business, the Great Depression hit. The U.S. unemployment rate reached 25%, and those who were employed had their wages slashed. To save the business, Chester worked harder and smarter. He avoided making the kind of mistakes that so many families and businesses had made through the Great Depression. Although times were tough, England stayed optimistic and taught his sons the value of hard work. The company survived through the 30s through Chester's hard work and determination. Those same qualities continued through the 40s and World War II. After the U.S. entered World War II, Chester's sons Gene and Bill England went to serve. During this time, Chester operated solo, and to expand the business, he opened new lanes hauling produce out of the state. To be more specific, he would take his potatoes out of Utah, drive them down to Texas, sell them, and then pick up bananas to bring back to Utah. The business was prosperous enough that after the war, his sons returned, England was able to buy his first diesel truck, a used 1940 Kenworth. Not too long after that, he bought a 35-foot reefer trailer. This would lay the foundation for future growth as the business was heading into the 50s. During the 50s, he added more and more trucks and became more involved in shipping potatoes across the country, eventually opening his own packing shed and storage facility for clients. During the 50s, when bananas were overtaken by the Central American Banana Company, Chester switched his focus from Texas to California and Arizona. By the end of the 50s, the company had made its mark by becoming the first trucking operation to offer 72-hour coast-to-coast service. It's worth mentioning that at the time, there was no such thing as interstate highways, so they made it happen on 2-lane roads with undependable equipment. Because their customers were delighted and their new service proved so successful, they were able to continue quickly expanding. In the 60s, the business was transformed when they filed applications for licenses to haul all kinds of freight, and those applications were luckily granted. A whole new array of products and lanes were now available. As the company headed through the 60s and 70s, a third generation became involved in the business. Daniel England, Chester's son, joined the company as the trucking industry was about to enter a period of radical change because of deregulation. CR England, like many carriers, experienced a significant drop in shipping prices and had a difficult time bringing costs in line with the new market. As a result, many of the trucking companies failed, and 90 of the 100 largest carriers in 1980 are now out of business. In 1985, CR England was reduced to about 175 trucks. He was losing money fast, and for the first time in its company history, they posted their first annual loss. This was easily the worst year in the company's history since its inception. And to add salt to the wound, that same year, the Department of Transportation conducted a safety audit and found that CR England had a number of violations. They eventually had to settle and pay the fines. Following all of this, management decided it had to take steps to aggressively address the company's economics as well as its safety record. CR England began to look for high-tech solutions to gain a competitive edge. The first step taken was to embrace computers to help in handling logistics and routing, eventually incorporating accounting as well. The company then leveraged its computer systems to digitally image all of its paperwork and greatly improve efficiency. In the same time, they also focused on making safety a core value and became diligent about adhering to DOT requirements. In addition to this, CR England became one of the first carriers to establish an on-site driving training school. As the decade moved on, CR England expanded in a number of directions. With the passage of the North American Free Trade Agreement, the company quickly began to ship to Mexico. CR England forged relationships with a number of Mexican carriers who would take the trailers at the border and deliver them to their final destination. In exchange, CR England trucks would pick up Mexican loads and deliver them in the United States. By 1995, the company had a growth rate of 650%. In 1997, they reached about $300 million in annual revenue. By the end of the 90s, CR England exceeded more than $400 million in annual revenue and continued to pursue new ways to continue growing efficiently and consistently. Today, the company is a sprawling giant with over 4,300 trucks and north of 6,000 active drivers. They generate north of $1.2 billion a year. It is estimated that the England family is worth north of $1 billion today. The founder, Chester England, passed away in 1989. His son, Gene, would go on to run the company until also passing away. Today, the company is run by Chad England, the third generation of Englands to spearhead the business forward. We hope you enjoy the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more.